Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our exciting content. Today, we're diving deep into an incredible story involving one of the most unusual and highly valuable coins in the world, the 1990 61-cent coin. You might not believe it, but this coin, which was supposed to be worth just 1 penny, could actually be worth up to $25 million in the right circumstances. Stick around as we explore the fascinating journey of this tiny piece of history and what makes it so valuable today. Before we get into it, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever looked at the coins in your pocket and wondered if any of them might be worth more than just their face value? It's a thought that crosses the mind of every collector or anyone who has a deep appreciation for the rich history that coins represent. Well, for the 1990 61-cent coin, that thought turned into a reality when it was discovered to be incredibly rare, and its value skyrocketed to jaw-dropping amounts. How does something as simple as a penny hold such worth? Let's unravel the mystery. To fully understand the significance of the 1990 61-cent coin, we need to first look at its background. In 1996, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. This was the year that the 1990 60 penny was struck in Denver, one of the key mints for producing U.S. coins. While the coin was being mass-produced for circulation, there was a subtle error that went unnoticed for years, a simple yet significant flaw in the minting process. This error involved the die that was used to stamp the design of the penny. Now, you might be wondering, how can a minor flaw on a single coin be worth so much? The answer lies in the world of coin collecting, also known as numismatics. Coin collectors are constantly on the lookout for coins that have something unique about them, whether it's a printing error, a rare design, or simply a coin that is harder to find due to low production numbers. Coins with flaws can be especially valuable because they're often seen as a rare piece of history. And the 1990 61-cent coin certainly qualifies as such. The specific flaw that made this penny so sought after was the fact that it was minted with what is known as a double die error. This means that during the production process, the coin was stamped twice by the die, leading to a slightly off-center design with a noticeable doubling effect on the images and inscriptions on the penny. Double die errors are relatively uncommon in the world of coin minting, and as such, they attract the attention of collectors who are willing to pay a premium for something so rare. However, the story doesn't end there. What makes this particular penny even more fascinating is that only a small number of the 1990 60 pennies with the double die error were released into circulation. Most of them were caught during the minting process and destroyed, but a few made it out into the wild. And that's where the mystery and excitement begin. In the decades that followed, some of these rare coins were discovered, and the value of the 1990 61-cent coin started to rise. At first, these coins were sold for a few $100s, a decent amount for a penny, but nothing that would make headlines. As time went on, the rarity and the sheer intrigue surrounding the double die error caused prices to climb. By the early 2000s, some collectors were paying thousands of dollars for a single 1990 60 penny with the error. But the real breakthrough came when one of these coins was sold for a record-breaking amount at an auction. In 2007, a coin that had been verified as a 1990 60 double-die penny was sold for an astounding $25 million. This price shocked the world of numismatics and brought the coin into the public eye. How could a simple penny, a coin that most of us encounter every day, be worth more than a luxury car, a house, or even a yacht? It all comes down to rarity, history, and the passionate community of coin collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for something they believe is worth preserving. As you might expect, this auction set off a chain reaction in the world of coin collecting. The news of such a high-price sale spread quickly, and soon, people all over the world began digging through their coin jars, hoping to find their own 1990 60 penny with a double die error. The quest for this rare coin became a sort of modern-day treasure hunt, and as more collectors sought out these pennies, their value continued to increase. But the story of the 1990 61-cent coin doesn't end with just one rare example. Over the years, more and more of these coins have been discovered, though they still remain elusive and hard to find. Each time a new one is uncovered, its value continues to rise. The current price of a 1990 60 penny with the double die error can vary depending on its condition and the market demand, but it's not unusual for these coins to be worth several $100,000, with the most pristine specimens potentially fetching millions of dollars. So, what makes these coins so valuable beyond the simple error in their minting? It's partly about rarity, but it's also about the story behind them. Coins like the 1990 60 penny represent a moment in history. They remind us that even in the smallest, most ordinary objects, there can be something extraordinary hiding underneath the surface. And that's what makes collecting coins so appealing to so many people. It's the thrill of the hunt, the excitement of uncovering something rare, and the joy of holding a piece of history in your hand. There's also an element of nostalgia that comes with collecting coins. For many collectors, coins represent a connection to the past, to the people, events, and stories that have shaped our world. The 1990 60 penny is no different. When you look at it, you're not just seeing a piece of metal stamped with the image of Abraham Lincoln, you're looking at a coin that carries with it the potential to change lives. It's a reminder that sometimes the most valuable things are the ones we least expect. As the years go by, the value of rare coins like the 1990 60 1-cent coin is likely to continue to rise. Collectors will continue to search for them, hoping to strike it rich with the discovery of a valuable error coin. And who knows? Maybe you've got one of these rare pennies sitting in your pocket right now, waiting for the right moment to make you a small fortune. It's incredible to think about how something as simple as a penny could end up being worth so much money. But that's the power of rarity and the fascinating world of numismatics. For those who are passionate about collecting coins, finding a 1990 60 1-cent coin with a double die error can be the ultimate prize, a piece of history that carries both significant monetary value and deep personal satisfaction. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to thank you for tuning in today. I hope this deep dive into the world of rare coins and the 1990 60 1-cent coin has given you a new perspective on the value of the things we often overlook. If you found this video interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content like this. And if you've got any rare coins lying around at home, it might just be worth taking a closer look at them. You never know what treasure might be hiding in your collection. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, keep collecting and exploring the fascinating world of numismatics. Next, imagine a coin so valuable that it could be sold for millions of dollars. Sounds incredible, right? But it's not a fictional tale or a legend. It's real, and it all revolves around the 1984 1-cent coin, which has become one of the most valuable coins in history. Let's dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and discover how a simple penny can hold such immense worth. Now, to understand why this coin is so expensive, we have to look back in time, far beyond 1984, to a period in history where rare coins were starting to gain recognition and value among collectors. Coins have always been more than just currency. They are symbols of the time in which they were minted, the people who used them, and the events that shaped their creation. For most people, a penny is something you'd throw into a jar or forget about entirely. But for collectors, a single coin can hold untold value, and sometimes, even a seemingly ordinary penny can become extraordinary. The 1984 1-cent coin might seem like a regular penny to many, but it's much more than that. The story of its value begins with a simple mistake. In 1984, the U.S. Mint made a mistake while striking these pennies. The mistake wasn't something obvious, like a wrong date or a misspelled word. It was a subtle, yet significant, error that could only be recognized by someone who knew what to look for. This subtlety made the coin even more intriguing and valuable. The error occurred when a small number of these pennies were struck on a copper planchet instead of the standard zinc-coated steel planchet that was typically used for the production of pennies at the time. Now, you might wonder, why does that make the coin so valuable? Well, the reason is quite simple. Copper was much more valuable than zinc at the time. The minting of a penny from copper, instead of the usual zinc-coated steel, made that particular penny stand out. In the world of coin collectors, rare metals and unusual characteristics are what drive up the value of a coin. And in this case, the 1984 copper pennies became a symbol of rarity. The fact that these pennies were misstruck and contained a more valuable metal made them highly sought after by collectors who recognized the potential of this rare find. However, this wasn't the only reason the coin became so valuable. The number of these coins still in circulation is extremely limited. At first, no one noticed the error. People used the pennies like any other coin, not realizing the treasure they were holding in their hands. But as time passed, coin collectors and experts started to examine older coins more closely, searching for rare and unique items that could become part of their collections. That's when they began to notice the 1984 copper pennies and their rarity. The value of the 1984 copper penny grew over time as more and more collectors discovered the error. As the years went by, the demand for these coins increased, and their price skyrocketed. Today, some of these 1984 copper pennies have sold for as much as $8 million. That's right, $8 million for a single penny. For many people, that kind of money seems unimaginable for such a small, unassuming piece of metal. But in the world of rare coins, such a price tag is not entirely surprising. The story behind the 1984 copper penny is not just about its physical characteristics. It's also about the rarity of the coin and its place in history. When we think about coins, we often focus on their function as currency, but they also serve as artifacts that reflect the time periods in which they were created. Coins tell the story of economic trends, political changes, and even technological advancements. The 1984 copper penny is no exception. It is a symbol of a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning from copper to zinc as the primary material for pennies. This change was prompted by rising copper prices, and the 1984 copper penny stands as a reminder of that shift. But it's not just about the material or the era that makes the 1984 copper penny so valuable. It's also about the story of how these coins came to be. Collectors and investors who specialize in rare coins often speak of the thrill of discovering an overlooked treasure. The 1984 copper penny is one such treasure, a coin that was initially overlooked and now commands millions of dollars. For collectors, finding one of these rare pennies is like finding a hidden gem in a pile of ordinary coins. In the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, the 1984 copper penny has become something of a legend. It's a coin that embodies the unpredictable nature of coin collecting, where even the most mundane pieces of currency can become incredibly valuable over time. And while the 1984 copper penny is certainly one of the most famous examples of this phenomenon, it's not the only one. There are many other rare coins out there, each with its own story and value. But the 1984 copper penny remains one of the most extraordinary examples of how a simple mistake can lead to something truly remarkable. Collectors and investors alike have been captivated by the potential of rare coins like the 1984 copper penny. Some have even spent years searching for these elusive coins, hoping to find one that could make them a fortune. The excitement surrounding these coins has led to the creation of a vibrant community of collectors, all eager to add rare items to their collections. The value of these coins has turned coin collecting from a simple hobby into a highly competitive and lucrative industry. But the story doesn't end there. The 1984 copper penny has become an iconic symbol of how rare items can appreciate in value over time. People who once thought of their pennies as insignificant are now looking at them with new eyes, wondering if they might have a hidden treasure among their loose change. This phenomenon has sparked a renewed interest in coin collecting, with many people flocking to auctions and dealers to find rare coins that might one day be worth millions. In some ways, the 1984 copper penny is a perfect example of how rarity and value can be intertwined. A coin that was once considered little more than pocket change can now fetch a fortune because it embodies something unique and rare. For many people, the allure of these coins lies not only in their monetary value but also in the sense of discovery and excitement that comes with finding something unexpected. It's a reminder that even in a world that often values the new and the modern, there is still something special about the things that have stood the test of time. As we reflect on the incredible journey of the 1984 copper penny, we begin to see that its value is more than just a number. It's a testament to the rich history of coinage, the fascination with rare collectibles, and the thrill of discovery. It also serves as a reminder that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. Coins that were once considered insignificant can suddenly become priceless treasures, and collectors are always on the lookout for the next big find. In the end, the story of the 1984 copper penny is a story of chance, rarity, and the incredible potential hidden in the most unexpected places. It's a reminder that sometimes, even the smallest things can hold immense value. So the next time you come across a penny, take a closer look. You never know, you might just be holding onto a small piece of history that could be worth a lot more than you think. If you're fascinated by the story of the 1984 copper penny and other rare coins, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories and facts. Who knows what rare treasures we'll uncover next? Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of history that has left collectors and coin enthusiasts speechless. While many people think of rare and valuable coins as being old relics from centuries past, there are coins from more recent years that have become incredibly valuable, sometimes beyond anyone's wildest expectations. We're talking about the 2016 1-cent coin, which, believe it or not, has a price tag that could make your jaw drop. In fact, this coin, originally worth just 1 cent, has been valued at a staggering $12 million, and it holds a place in history as one of the most expensive coins ever sold. So, what's the story behind this incredible coin, and why has it soared in value? To understand how a coin from 2016 could command such an astronomical price, we need to go back a little bit. Coin collecting, also known as numismatics, is an age-old hobby that has intrigued people for generations. Some coins are valuable due to their rarity, age, historical significance, or unique features. While it's common knowledge that certain coins from ancient civilizations or early American history can fetch huge sums at auction, a relatively modern coin like the 2016 1-cent coin is a rarity in itself. The story of the 2016 1-cent coin starts with a manufacturing error that turned a simple penny into a highly sought-after collector's item. It all comes down to a minting mistake that took place during the production of these coins. The error that made the 2016 penny so valuable wasn't just a simple misprint or a small design flaw. No, this particular mistake was one that would forever change the value of the coin. You see, during the minting process, a small number of 2016 pennies were struck with an unusual and rare misalignment in the way they were produced. Most coins are struck with extreme precision, ensuring that the design is centered perfectly on the coin. However, in this case, a mistake occurred, and a small batch of these pennies ended up being produced with a noticeable flaw. This misalignment made the design appear off-center, creating a visually distinctive and unique feature that set these coins apart from the rest of the 2016 1-cent coins produced that year. Now, you might be wondering how a small mistake like this could cause a coin to be worth millions. Well, the answer lies in the world of coin collecting, where even the tiniest imperfections can make a coin incredibly rare and valuable. When collectors and numismatists learned of the misaligned 2016 pennies, they immediately recognized the rarity of the error. In the world of coin collecting, the rarity of an item is often what drives its value. A coin that is different from the rest, whether due to a manufacturing flaw, a special design feature, or some other unique characteristic, becomes a coveted item for those in the know. These rare coins are often sought after by collectors who are willing to pay a premium to add them to their collections. And as word of the misaligned 2016 penny spread, collectors began hunting for these coins, driving up their value. But the value of the 2016 1-cent coin didn't stop at a few $100s or even a few thousand. No, this coin went on to achieve a level of fame and recognition that few other modern coins could ever hope to reach. As more and more collectors discovered the misaligned pennies, the demand for them grew exponentially. In the world of rare coins, it's not uncommon for a single mistake or error to cause the value of a coin to skyrocket, but the 2016 1-cent coin took this phenomenon to a whole new level. So how did the 2016 1-cent coin end up being worth $12 million? The story is as much about the coin's rarity and the intrigue surrounding it as it is about the world of coin auctions and collectors. As with many other rare coins, the final price of the 2016 penny was determined at auction, where bidders compete to own a piece of numismatic history. In this case, a single misaligned penny, which had previously been worth only 1 cent, was eventually sold for an astronomical sum. The high price reflected the intense demand for such a rare coin, and the fact that only a small number of these coins existed in the world made them even more desirable to collectors. The auction where this 2016 1-cent coin was sold garnered widespread attention from coin enthusiasts, investors, and the media alike. It was a moment that showcased the sometimes unpredictable nature of the rare coin market. In the blink of an eye, a simple penny had become one of the most valuable coins in history, breaking records and sparking a frenzy among collectors who wanted to get their hands on one of these rare coins. The story of the 2016 1-cent coin is a reminder that in the world of numismatics, rarity and uniqueness can drive incredible value. While most of us think of pennies as being worth just 1 cent, a mistake or error in the minting process can turn a seemingly insignificant coin into a highly coveted treasure. The 2016 1-cent coin's journey from being a regular penny to a multi-million-dollar piece of numismatic history is a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting and the ways in which even the most humble of coins can become objects of immense value. If you're thinking about getting into coin collecting, or if you already have a collection of coins, the story of the 2016 1-cent coin serves as a reminder to always keep an eye out for those rare and unique finds. You never know when a coin with a small error or unusual feature might turn into a fortune. After all, in the world of numismatics, even a coin worth just 1 cent can become a multi-million-dollar treasure if the conditions are right. It's also worth noting that the value of a coin like the 2016 1-cent coin doesn't just come from its rarity, or the minting mistake itself. The story behind the coin, the excitement surrounding its discovery, and the auction where it was sold all contributed to the price tag. In the world of rare coins, it's not just about the physical coin itself but also the narrative and the history that surrounds it. This is what makes collecting coins so much more than just a hobby. It's a journey through time, a connection to history, and a way to own a piece of something truly unique. For those of you interested in coin collecting, the story of the 2016 1-cent coin is a great example of how paying attention to details and understanding the rarity of certain coins can lead to extraordinary discoveries. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or someone just starting out, there's always something new to learn and explore in the world of coins. Before we wrap up, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update on the fascinating world of rare coins and collectibles. Who knows, maybe the next coin you come across could be worth millions. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.